And welcome to another Holler tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about this, the PadCaster. So, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, we're going to be talking about the PadCaster. So what does the PadCaster going to look like? Well, right here, your iPad goes into this, and then you can install all your accessories on top of this. And those accessories include lenses, shotgun mics, lights. So this is the PadCaster frame. As you can tell, this is kind of bulky, but there's a good reason for it. When you put your iPad in it, your iPad's going to be more stable. And not to mention all the little accessories that you can put in on this. And down here on the bottom, that's where you would put your tripod plate. So you would just screw that in down here. We'll get to that in a moment. But you need to remember that when you're putting on your PadCaster, when you're putting your iPad in your PadCaster. So your camera, your camera's right here. So you may want to put your camera up here at the top of the PadCaster. So this material, it's pretty flexy, so you just gotta fit your iPad nice and snug in here. So just kind of work with it, you know, feel free to flex it a little bit, not too much. You don't want to break it, but make sure it's there. You don't want it to fall out. Make sure it's nice and in there. And once it's in there, there you go. So our iPad is inside the PadCaster, and this will make your shots more stable. Regardless, if you don't add anything onto it, your shots will at least be more stable. So we still have our shoe mount up here, and there's also another add-on here. It's right here is where you can put a teleprompter or you can put your lenses. So right here we have a lens. Just screw on this frame and then screw on the lens. Now these lenses they have different lenses, and you can put them on here. So you just screw the lens right on. Make sure you take off your lens cap, or you're just going to see black. And you know, once you're on your iPad, just go into your iPad camera like you would normally when you're taking a selfie. But now, just look through your lens. So now that we have our iPad and our PadCaster, let's put on some accessories and check it out. So right here, this is a light. There's switches on the back to turn it on. It takes batteries, so make sure you have batteries in it. But once you get your batteries in it, just screw it on. Make sure you just unscrew this right here. That way you can place it onto your shoe mount. And now let's turn this on. And you'll definitely need a lot for dark areas, because the iPad will be very noisy if you're not in a well-lit area. So if you have this light, it will help take away some noise. It'll help your footage look better. So if this, you can brighten up like let's say you have a person in front of you and they're not very well lit. Well, just turn on your light, and there you go. And you also have another shoe mount. So just don't think you have one shoe mount. You have another shoe mount you can put in. You can put it up here, and then you can attach your shotgun mic. So let's do that real fast. So just put your shotgun on the same way you put your light on. So you may also be asking, what is a shotgun mic? Well, a shotgun mic is a directional mic. So if you have someone in front of you and you want to capture good audio, be sure to slap on that shotgun mic. And be sure to turn it on too. And so when you have that on, you're going to capture better sound than if you were recording from your iPad. So we're going to move our light over here to this side. So just unscrew it and screw it back in over here. And we're going to put our shotgun mic in the center here, because we wanted to get over here because that's where our jack is. And we really want to have the shotgun mic because it's going to capture better sound than the internal microphone on this would. So now we have our light and our iPad in. We can put the lens on if we want, but the next step is audio. We want to get good audio. So to get good audio, we want to use this splitter here. This is a splitter. You plug this into your iPad, and it has a headphone jack and an audio jack. Now it has a little microphone symbol and a headphone symbol, so you know which is which. But you just plug that in. You just feed it. You just feed it through here. Don't feed it through here, or you could break it. So be sure to feed it through here and plug it into your jack. If your jack's on it may be on the other side depending on what way you put your iPad in. So depending on side, just be sure to put that in. And once you have that plugged in, you're ready to put in your headphones. So now if that plugged up, we can just put on our shoe mount and it'll be ready to get some sound. Just be sure to turn this on. Be sure to turn on the shotgun mic and to set your levels correctly, because you don't want it to get too much noise. But at the same time, if you don't have it on and you have this plugged in, you're not going to get any audio at all. So just remember that. So there we go. We're ready to film. But in case you don't want to do it like just hold it like this, we also have a tripod. So let's show the tripod off. Here it is. Here's the PadCaster tripod. So let's start this off by just taking the head off the tripod. Just press this button in right here. And there you go. Make sure you unscrew this too. If you don't unscrew it, you may not be able to take the head off either. So now we have the head off, let's put it onto the PadCaster. So down here is a screw. So pick up your PadCaster and just screw it on. And there's plenty of ways you can screw it on. There's no right way to do it, but I'm going to screw it on though. We're ready to mount it onto the tripod. So I'm going to set that down. So you can spread these legs out on your tripod just like so. Oof. So once you have these legs spread out, just sit it on the ground and it'll stand itself up. And then also on the bottom of these tripods, you can open it up so you can extend the legs like so. So right here's the tripod. We have the legs extended, and as you can tell, it doesn't look very balanced. So you can just unscrew this and you can balance it. There's a bubble right here, and when you have that bubble in the center, that means it's leveled. So if that bubble in the center, just fix this so that's shorter so you can actually fix this. Screw that tight, screw it nice and tight. Screw this nice and tight so the handle doesn't get in your way. And you can also, with these unlocked, you can pan and tilt. But now that we have the tripod up, let's put this on. So, with your button pressed in, so if that button held in, just slide the PadCaster right on, lock it down, because if you don't lock it down, it could fall off, and we don't want that. So now the PadCaster is locked in, and now it's on the tripod. So now, tighten them so you can't tighten them anymore, but not too tight because you may want to fix it later. Fix this handle here so you have that out. So if everything unlocked, there you go. That's how you pan up your iPad. So now that you have your iPad and your PadCaster and you have your PadCaster on your tripod, make sure it's nice and tight and it shouldn't wiggle at all, because if it is, it could come loose and fall off, and there goes your iPad and everything else on it. And so that's the basics of the PadCaster. You got your tripod, you got your tripod head, you got your iPad and your PadCaster. I mean, if you don't have an iPad, then you can't even use a PadCaster. So be sure you even have an iPad before you try to get this. But that basically sums it all up. So like always, stay tuned for the next Holler tutorial, and I'll holler at you later.